Hey guys, so today I want to talk about my $5,000 investment into these Japanese Pokemon card boxes. I just wanted to show it a little bit because it finally came in. I've been really excited to make this video and just show you guys again what I'm buying this year. And because I really believe in these boxes and I just wanted to show my conviction in these boxes by going ahead and purchasing a bunch of them right now. So here we have the package. It's a pretty big box actually. And the box I'm talking about are these Pokemon Center boxes. So I got these from Japan alongside some other booster boxes, but we have 5 of each of the sets, and these were quite pricey. The current market price for like 15 of these boxes is right around 5,000 Canadian dollars. And so I want to just give some insight on these boxes and why I really think these will do well. Alright guys, so we do have, the 15 boxes. There's 12 of those there, and then we have another 3 here, so we can just take a closer look at them. So before I break this down, I just want to show you guys. So these are the Pokemon Center exclusive Japanese boxes. So there's the Tohoku one, there is the Fukuoka one right here, blue one. That's personally my favorite. And then there's these the Hiroshima ones, so the red ones. And I personally, first of all, I really like the design of the boxes. Really sleek, and they're just so minty. It's really nice. And of course they're an exclusive release. But exactly what comes inside these boxes, it's really only a promo, a deck box, sleeves, and then the box. Like, it's literally basically nothing. So you're basically paying like $300 a box just for the promo. And I would say the blue one looks the best just because of the color. But I would say this one, the yellow one, has the most Pikachus. So usually that means more value. But this is actually the cheapest box, if I am correct. But I think it just has to do with like the location, the quantity distributed, and the promo itself. But yeah, they're all pretty similar, the promo cards within these boxes. But yeah, the gist of the what I'm saying is that when you buy these boxes, you're just buying them for the promo. Like, it's a sealed box, but you're basically holding the sealed box as a display piece. It's like really nice on display on the shelf, but you're buying it for the promo. Anyone who buys it is for the promo. And I know many of the more knowledgeable collectors or investors or people who have been in the game for longer, they probably already know. A lot of people draw comparisons and similarities to the Pikachu poncho boxes, and I would agree that it does have a really big resemblance and similarities, and there's some key differences though, and some things that make it worse and some things that make it better. And that's exactly my point here talking about these boxes today. So first of all, the poncho boxes with, like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's basically the exact same format when they released them, except these promo cards. So like, it's basically like nothing. There's no packs, nothing. It's just a promo with like a deck box and sleeves. But the Pikachu promo was like, dressed up in like a costume of another Pokemon. There was like the Rayquaza one, and so all these like Pikachu poncho boxes, they were full art cards though. Like the promos, they were very nice promos. Like, even if they weren't from a box, like one of these exclusive boxes, you could still tell, this is a really nice card I'm looking at, and it's a Pikachu promo. So of course it has value. But those boxes are insane, like going up to upwards of like $10,000 a box, something like that. However, with these boxes, we just get a regular promo, right? It's not full art. It literally just looks like a regular common card. If someone did not have knowledge of these boxes and you just gave them the card, they could just think it's just a bulk Pokemon card. That's one thing that I really didn't like about these boxes, because the promo itself, it's not like as flashy and it doesn't look as good. So theoretically it would be harder for You know, some people may see that there's less value in the card because it's not as visually attractive. But, you know, of course, the price of card isn't dictated 100% by, you know, the texture on the card and the design on the card. Like the Pikachu Illustrator card is the rarest card in the world, worth millions of dollars, but it's just a regular promo. It's not a full or anything. So yeah, that's one thing to keep in mind. It's not, the card designs are not as flashy, but they still, you know, they still can hold value. And the main reason why I believe so much in these boxes is because, all right, you take a look at the promo, it's a Pikachu card. That's already a great sign. Second of all, if you actually look at the art, it's some pretty nice artwork. It just doesn't have like the flashy, you know, background, you know, the fuller texturing, stuff like that. So if we were to look at it from like, you know, an evaluation perspective, yeah, the promo is a nice promo. It's a Pikachu card. And the key thing for me is that it's an exclusive release. Like, so the backstory for these boxes is that they're like opening or reopening whatever the Pokemon centers in these 3 cities: Hiroshima, Fukuoka, and Tohoku. And so they were like selling these boxes at these Pokemon centers, these physical Pokemon centers that you can only get at those locations. So in my mind, this is both a representation of like the Japanese culture and the expansion, because, you know, it's physically, you know, these Pokemon centers are integrated in the cities and you can only get it there, right? So it's not like, oh, I buy a tin or a booster box where, you know, you could get anywhere. You only could have gotten these at those Pokemon centers. So first of all, it already makes it way harder to get because typically it's limited by the people in that local area and then those people that resell it to, you know, internationally or within the country, whatever. Second of all, it's a lot more of a nicer piece. That's another attractive thing about the poncho boxes. It's like you're gambling on the gambling because like you have a sealed box that's really nice on display, but you're gambling on like the actual condition of the card. So if it were like, if these grade poorly, you know, when you open a box, it's like opening a pack. You know what is inside, but you don't know what grade the card would get. Like if a 10 becomes extremely valuable for these promo cards, then, you know, a sealed box could be worth even more because, you know, the condition is undetermined. So it's just, you know, it adds a little extra element to it, even though, you know, I think it would be, you know, cool if like these boxes had like packs inside as well, so that, you know, there would be an element of rippability where people would more actively want to rip the boxes, because not only is there a promo, there's also packs inside. But I still think it's a cool idea the way they do these like boxes where you know, when you're buying these, you're really just supposed to be buying it for the, you know, the art of the card and the display box, right? It's a really, really nice display box. You know, there's great artworks all around, and you got that beautiful exclusive promo inside, and then the sleeves, deck box, whatever. So aside from the big points, right, you got the obvious, you know, collectability of the boxes, because, you know, look how nice they look on display. The exclusivity, because they're only released at these exclusive Pokemon centers, and the fact that it's a Pikachu box, right? So it really, really is reminiscent of the poncho boxes, if you ask me. And I guess a lot of people are dreaming the same. So I would say it's possible that it doesn't reach nearly the heights of poncho boxes, because, you know, everyone is thinking, oh, these are the next poncho boxes, so I'm gonna buy them all up. But I still think it's a worthwhile investment, because nevertheless, it's still an exclusive box with Pikachu and really good artwork. And so how could you really think that it's not gonna appreciate? Like, furthermore, like, just from the initial release, like, if you were to buy it from the initial release from a reseller, a scalper or whatever, you're paying like half the price. Like, even like since they released, like I think they released in like July or something of last year, like it was a few months back. I don't remember exactly which month, but it was a few months back that they released, and already they've doubled in price if you want to buy them for the most part. Like, I think the which one is that? I think the Tohoku one didn't go up as much, but the other two definitely. And so the point is really, you know, if they already have gone up so much, you know, it's not to say they will continue to go, but at least there is a little bit of proof of concept where, you know, there is desirability for these boxes and the promos inside. And, you know, really anyone who just, you know, anyone who's been in the game at all just takes a look at these boxes and these promos can probably tell, you know, that is an attractive card. This probably will make for a good box. Like, in any case, would you rather be putting your money in like random packs, random booster boxes, or, you know, put your money in these sealed exclusive Pokemon Center boxes, which have an exclusive Pikachu promo card inside? So to me, the choice is clear. I'm willing to put up $5,000 to have 15 of these boxes so that I'm able, you know, to move some later on while also keeping some personally, and, you know, being able to fully reap the benefits without risking too much, and also having flexibility with how many I want to sell off. I want to only sell off one, you know, depends on how high they go and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, it's still an incredible piece to collect. Like, it looks really cool on the display, right? Everyone can agree that these boxes look amazing. The promo cards are nice as well. Even if you wanted to buy them just to crack and grade, you know, that's not even terrible. I might consider doing that for future videos, but at least for sure, I want to be keeping these 15 boxes sealed. I might get more, you know, add to the position, or get more, some to, you know, risk a couple for grading, stuff like that. But yeah, overall, I think these boxes, both sealed are great, or cracking for the promos are still a great way to approach it. But I think these will be a phenomenal investment long term, even, you know, in the near future, but especially if you were to hold these for 5+ years. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Let me know what you guys think about these Japanese boxes. I don't know if I'm looking in the wrong places, but, you know, since this released, since I got word from it from the supplier, you know, a couple months back, I haven't really heard too much commotion about it. But, you know, one day, you know, like last month, I just said, hey, these are really cool boxes, I want to put some capital inside. But yeah, I think it's still a great opportunity because it's not it's not oversaturated. Like, there's not like too much people, you know, too much hype around these boxes yet. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about these boxes. And that's gonna be it for this video. Subscribe to join the journey.